Welcome back to Humboldt State Tonight. Coach Cheek, now you're my favorite interview on the North Coast.
Exactly.
So I'm going to suck up beforehand, but I'm also incompetent.
You're incompetent.
Why? What did I do?
You know what you did? You failed to follow through on your commitments.
Yeah, of course, most of our videos make it to YouTube sometimes because me being incompetent, they take a little longer to get there than they should.
That's all right. I forgive you. You know, just like coaches, we make mistakes.
I appreciate that. Now, do you put up with incompetence from your players? Something tells me if I wouldn't last very long as a softball player for you.
That's probably right. I wouldn't last very long for myself. You know, you say, who would you like to play for? And the question you ask yourself, would you like to play for yourself? And my answer is yes.
You would?
I would. That's the way I was brought up in the coaching rank. Coach Ron was a football coach and a wrestling coach at San Francisco State. I went in his office once about another issue for somebody else, and he told me to get the hell out of his office.
Come on, tell this story. This is a great story. You're at San Francisco State, and you've got a guy who's been on the team, correct? And he doesn't get a letter?
Right. It was my senior year, and we had a young wrestler who wrestled 17 matches for us. He lost all 17, and the coach puts up the who got a letter, and I looked there, and his name wasn't on the list, so I went in the coach's office. I had never been in the coach's office. So I knock on, he says, Coach Ron says, "Come in, Frank." I thought, well, that was easy. I come in, I look on his wall, and he's got his helmet from the 101st Airborne. He jumped in Normandy, and he's got all this, you know, he's president of the National Football Coaches Association. So I'm in this sanctuary, you know. And I said, sir, you know, so-and-so didn't get a letter this year, and he wrestled 17 matches for us. He's the best we got. He said, Frank? I knew he was in trouble then. He said, did he win? I said, no, sir. He said, get the hell out of my office.
And that was the one and only time
you were in there? I went in his office. I never went back.
Okay, obviously winning. That means a lot, and it definitely did back then. When this airs, in fact, you may already have your 1,000th victory, but you're going to hit that sooner rather than later. Winning, what does that mean in today's day and age? You always hear this, oh, it doesn't matter. It's just about playing the game. Coach, you've got 1,000 wins. Obviously, it means something.
You know, when I came here in women's athletics, we had some coaches, and one of the female coaches said, it doesn't matter. There is no finish line. And I looked at her and I said, evidently, you never ran in a race to win, you know. And she was a friend of mine, but I couldn't understand the philosophy. But that was the philosophy of the women when I first started. But I assure you, it has changed. Look at Jody. I mean, she gets all fired up. These women, there's no difference between men and women as far as their desire to win. None. If you don't know that difference, you've never been married.
Frank Cheek, it's always a pleasure. I want to thank him for stopping by, and I can't wait to have you on again. And hopefully this interview will be up quicker than your last one, because I don't want to be too incompetent, but sometimes we are what we are, right, Coach?
Sometimes coaches make mistakes.
I'm Jamie Mathers. I want to thank you for joining us on Humboldt State Tonight. Coach is out of here. He can't even wait for the end of the show. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.